All right, we are here with Cody Kessler's mom and dad, and just tell us what this experience is like from your perspective.
Well, from our, this is the cream of the crop program for us. We've been to the combine last 3 years, or 2 years, Cody's sophomore year, junior year, and then to be asked in this program, to be asked in the game is just the cream of the crop. I mean, it's hard work that's been put together for him, behind the scenes, working out, staying fit, and just working his tail off and have an opportunity to play in this program is the best of the high school players in the country, from my opinion.
And it's kind of been surreal. Everything kind of happened so fast. He was, asked to play into the game, and then we found out that he was one of the top finalists for the, Army Player of the Year award. And then we found out a few weeks later that he was narrowed down to one of the top 6, and he was able to go to Washington D.C. And you can tell your kids what that's like, but when they get to Arlington Cemetery and when they get to go and see all the things and the soldiers and the experience that he's had here, that just topped it off. I mean, not just the game in itself is phenomenal and such an honor, but what he's been exposed to and with the Army, it's just been surreal for us. And
yeah, the Washington trip was awesome. It's an experience he'll tell his kids about, and it's something that's invaluable, going to the laying a wreath at the unknown soldier, emotional, and having a great time with the other players that were on the team. Unfortunately, it was just Curtis Grant and him, and they had a great time, but this whole Army experience is something he'll take with him to his family and our family, and it's just something you just can't describe how awesome it is here, what the top-notch program they do here with the Army, and how you're treated as parents. Everybody's treated very well, and just having a great time. It's a week of something that my wife and myself will never forget. With other relatives here, our little guy will remember it, and it's something we'll always keep with us for
Good old Dylan, right?
It's our young son Dylan,
and Dylan's not phased.
No,
he's been around this, and being at USC and getting to be by the coaches, and I don't think Dylan really realizes yet. He will maybe when he gets a little bit older, but he just feels like this is where we're supposed to be, and he can't wait to get down to USC and be part of that program, and just excited that his brother is going to be part of such an awesome tradition.
Yeah, it's going to be happening pretty quick here with him getting to USC.
Yeah, we fly home, games on Saturday. We fly home Saturday night, get into town in Bakersfield.
His formal's that night.
That night that he's going to miss.
Gosh.
Then we get up Sunday, pack all his stuff up, and he starts school Monday. And it's quick. I mean, being 17 still, won't be 18 until May. He'll be done with his first semester of school, still be 17. But it's something that he's worked hard at doing and prepared for this. When he made that choice, he's really prepared himself school-wise, grades, taking care of being part of the community, being grateful and thankful for everything. And we are too. He's a great kid.
2010's been quite a year for Cody and your family, hasn't it been?
Yes.
Something we never, I'm telling you, Gatorade State Player of the Year, never thought about it. This right here, being named one of the 6 finalists for this award, is something that's the top for the high school kid.
Honestly, we watched this last year when he was part of the combine, and one of my students, Matt Darr, was a punter at my school last year, and he was part of this program, and so we came and we got to see him, but just to watch him walk around with all these big name players, and Baxter that's at USC now, and Kyle Prater, and seeing those guys here, we thought, man, what an awesome experience. And then when Cody went to the Elite 11 and Coach Johnson invited him to be part of the Army game,
Unbelievable.
That was, USC offering him the day before, and the Army being invited to play the Army game was definitely by far the 2 best things that could have happened to him. Everything else has just been, icing on top of the cake, and it was one thing after another, and Cody he's very humble. And it was exciting for him, and he just said, man, even we sit down sometimes and we can't believe that it's still all happening. So we're just very proud and very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And hard work, in the classroom, just like a couple of kids said, you don't just become a player with these guys by sitting at home, and it's what you do when they're not watching. It's what you do in the off time. It's what you do after practice. And those are what these kids do. They go through that stuff. They don't just come home and not work out and take their time, but they still have studies on top of that, and they still watch game films.
Yeah.
And, one of the things with these young men is these young men have worked, hard. And, parents ask my wife and myself, well, how did Cody get that way? It's not something he didn't do. It's something he did on his own, working out to get to that level. It's not just because we were athletes. It just didn't come to him, and all of a sudden he became an athlete. It's something that he had to do in the classroom. If he hadn't, he wouldn't be going to USC, major college football. hard work in the weight room, hard work watching films, studies.
And
it's not something
staying out of trouble. On Friday nights,
exactly
after
Absolutely.
the game, it's
Absolutely.
coming home and being with your teammates and not doing what a lot of the other kids in high school are doing and having to be disciplined and stay focused and just making the right choices.
Right.
And
He reminds me a lot of the way Matt Barkley was when he was
Yeah.
going through the all-star games and
Yeah.
and going around. Everybody seemed to be attracted to him, and,
Yeah.
and Cody seems like he's everybody's favorite player on the team.
he loves people. He's a people person.
Yeah,
and he
he
loves
really is.
to have a great time. And
Yeah.
from the time that he's grown up around sports. We both coached high school sports,
Absolutely.
and Cody's always been around older people and always been around athletes, and that's pretty much all he's known.
Yeah.
And
that's-
he's very
yeah.
comfortable in that situation. But he loves to have a great time with his players on both teams. He's made a lot of good friends on the East team before he got here, and you can tell
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
them joking around and having a great time. So Matt Barkley has that same personality, and what a great role model for our son too.
Absolutely. It'd be nice for Cody, along with the other kids that are coming in, but have Matt Barkley there. And we did meet his parents, wonderful people. And,
Been very
having
helpful.
working under Matt and being, a mentor like that, to learn from Matt. Matt,
And that was
phenomenal player.
Part of our
for us,
decision, is the people he's going to be around.
Exactly.
Coach Kiffin
Positive.
is awesome. He
Oh,
is
man.
what he says he is. I mean,
Absolutely.
he does not pull any punches, and we.
Clay Helton's pretty impressive too.
Okay, my
He's-
absolute favorite person. To know that man is going to be taking care of my son
Yeah.
is phenomenal. I mean, and he is exactly what he says. He's
You
just
want
a great person.
You want to be able to lay your head at night and know that your son's taken care of. Clay Helton, Coach Helton, and Coach Kiffin, that whole staff, we know we can go to bed at night. Our son's going to be taken care of,
Yeah.
and not have to worry about, hey, what's going on. We know that's going
That
to be
whole
taken
staff
care of.
is-
We feel that.
is that way, yeah.
Exactly. The whole staff. I mean, from Coach Mr. Hayden, that we got a privilege to meet, to Coach Helton, we've known for a long, through this process, a man you trust. Coach Kiffin says what it is. He's not a guy that pulls punches.
It didn't end when he committed. I mean, Cody told him he was solid no matter what. They never had to worry about him changing. He never wanted to take another official visit. When his mind was made up, it was made up, and they never changed in the process. And that's a big thing for parents.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be too long before you see Cody running out of that tunnel there at the Coliseum. So it's probably going to be an emotional moment for you too.
We've already told him it's going to be, probably don't look in the stands because we're going to be very.
You didn't have to say that.
It's going to be very emotional.
Yeah.
We were there at the for his official visit, and we actually got to go through the tunnel
Okay.
with Kiffin and the coaches
That was crazy.
and the players that were there, and Robert Woods led, and then he spoke to everybody on
Talked
the
to
field.
everybody. It was pretty
They
nice.
had
Yeah.
torch
That was really
going.
cool.
They had the the cam going, and they had they showed a highlight from all the old and the new, and that in itself was
It's
emotional.
unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
just, this is one of those, and just kind of touching on the sanctions real fast, just so people know that when they came out, Cody was the first one to call Helton and said, I am still a Trojan. And he called Kiffin right after that and said, I'm a Trojan no matter what, because at the end of the day, USC degree is more valuable than, because football doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
But he's the one that took upon himself to call those guys and say, I'm a Trojan no matter what. There's nothing to worry.
And it's
it
another
was-
challenge. I mean,
Exactly.
life's all about challenges, and people ask us.
Competition,
And,
absolutely.
Cody is from Bakersfield, a small town, and that's all he's known. He's known that underdog role and that underdog position, and so it's no different for him. And as parents, people ask us, they try to sway away from it, and we never thought twice about it.
No.
It had no effect on us, and
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
the way that these coaches have recruited and they think everything through, and what they're doing is phenomenal. When we're on our official visit, I can't imagine anybody saying no to USC.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine it.
No, that's exactly right. How could you go to sleep and go, hey, I just turned down USC?
Well,
I
there's
just
a lot-
don't know how it could happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of USC fans that are happy that Cody said yes.
Yes,
And
yes.
there-
they've been great.
there are. Oh,
We've
they've
met
been
them.
awesome.
We
Yeah.
go down to games, and
Right.
I mean, what a great following! And you hear about that
Absolutely.
tradition, but to actually be a part of it, and the way they treat you, they're just very polite, very courteous,
Met a
very
lot of-
supportive,
right. Yeah.
and it's just the games and stuff. It's neat to watch and to see their interaction with the players, and they can't interact with Cody, but they're just very respectful, and they know that, and they've just been awesome in everything that
The
they.
passion they have for the game is, the passion they have for USC is, and you see a lot of programs that you see on TV, but I don't know, you just, the
Winning Oranges,
Trojans,
yeah.
it's just, man, for life. And that's what they talk about. That's what they preach. You're a Trojan for life. No matter where you are in the country, no matter where you are in the States, you're a Trojan, and that carries a lot of weight with our son. as he goes on in life and
Yeah.
with us. I mean, you're a Trojan family for life, and that's what they preach when they were, going after and recruiting him. And
Well,
absolutely,
we've seen it firsthand.
absolutely.
Well, hey, thanks a lot for taking time out to share,
It's our pleasure.
your
Absolutely.
experiences on what you've gone through, and,
Yeah, it's been great.
look forward to seeing you the rest of the week.
Yes,
See you at the
absolutely.
game,
We'll see
and
you
then
at the
see
game.
you at SC.
Okay, awesome.
Absolutely.
All right.